There are some amazing images here that I want to spend our last moments talking about. As they studied, they discovered. What are they studying? The law of God, or God's word, and the verse where he describes who he is and who they are, those very verses. And then they add the celebration of the festival of Sukkot, where this is focused on the reality of God dwelling with his people. The festival, by the way, has two major visual elements, that is light and water. Light representing God's presence, right? That pillar of fire. And water representing God's provision, how he provided food and water as they journeyed from Egypt to Israel. It's interesting that Jesus celebrates this festival, and he's in Jerusalem, in the temple, where Jesus actually declares that he is that very same light. Look at it in John 8, verse 12. He says, Jesus spoke to the people once more and said, I am the light of the world. So Jesus is pointing to the image that represents God dwelling with his people, and he is declaring, I am that light to the world. And he continues, if you follow me, you won't have to walk in darkness because you will have a light that leads to life. And also during the same festival at the water gate, Jesus declares himself the living water. John 7. On the last day, the climax of the festival, Jesus stood and shouted to the crowd, anyone who is thirsty may come to me. Anyone who believes in me may come and drink. For the scriptures declare, rivers of living water will flow from his heart. And when he said this living water, he was speaking of the Spirit who would be given to everyone believing in him, but the Spirit had not yet been given because Jesus had not yet entered his glory.